Good evening. It is I, Roncar. It is my pleasure to be with you in this evening. Once again, I'm going to address the power that you have. It's not like the superpowers that are used in some of your movies to talk about people who are superhuman beings. Some of them can run very fast and move very fast. Others are like elastic people, extremely strong people, all different kinds. And it's true, people come in all different kinds also. However, your powers are pretty much the same as they always have been since God created mankind and brought him into his full existence. When he brought those first examples of man and woman into existence, they, with everything else in the creation, are made up of that same substance of God. And it is amazing for you to contemplate, or it should be amazing to think of all the different forms that God's energy and his being are able to take and become. It isn't just all the people on the planet Earth with all their variations. It is all the insects, all the plants, all the animals. Now, of course, God does not create each of these individually, but when he brought this world into manifestation, the necessary identities, I will say, of all the different species and the identities of all the different human beings and the way they look and the differences in temperaments and the way they are have all been given by the seed that was God himself. And if you think of it as a seed, the seed has everything within it to manifest new life. It has the right DNA to propagate itself. The mechanisms for self-perpetuation of each of the species that came into existence at that very beginning of life on Earth, as each one came into being, individualized as they are, the template for each species was already created. And so it follows itself automatically. And you may think, well, what about the fact that there are no dinosaurs anymore? Well, there were changes. There's changes in everything, for that is one of the things that happens on the earthly plane. That change is inevitable. You grow, you are born a small child, helpless, and you must be taken care of. But as time moves on, you grow. You become able to walk. You become able to talk. You can use your hands to create things, to feed yourself, to throw a rock if you wish, to cultivate. You follow the patterns that your parents set for you, and you learn and you change because you grow mature, your hair turns gray, and you become older and feeble, because the body does not last forever. It is only the soul which inhabits it. And so that it is only the soul which inhabits it that will last forever. And so when the body dies, the soul is released. And the process starts all over again and is continuously happening on a daily, on a yearly, through the eons of time, that animals have come forth. They have changed. They have evolved into different species slightly. And as humans, you too evolve. You grow and change. And so succeeding generations to yourself may appear very different. And this is how it is supposed to be. It is not supposed to be an exact replica of the same thing in every generation. Every generation has to grow. Every generation has to mature within the paradigms of change and growth. And so, as a species, you also, humans, become smarter. In some ways, they always retain some of what has come before. Sometimes it would be good for them to change what has come before, but it still continues on. And there is a striving among mankind to become better, to do better, to create more, to be more successful. And man is most happy, man and woman, when he is working and is changing the world through his actions, his words, his decisions, and of course, it is his perceptions which shape the full world in which he lives. It's important to realize that your perceptions, that is what is going on in your mind, what you are judging, how you are thinking about the actions and words of others and the things that are around you that shape the world in which you live, which give it the most concrete laws through which you must live. Although these laws, these ways of thinking are changeable within your perceptions, this is how you must live within these laws which exist exclusively within your world, because they are of your creation. Now, I have used the term, you must live within what you have set up. That is only until you decide to change it. And as soon as you begin to look at things or some specific thing in a different way, you begin to change it in your world. And it can become a thing of beauty or a thing of horror, depending upon how you create. And so I wish you to remember that your perceptions determine the world in which you live. Your world is exclusively your world. No one else experiences your world the way you do. Their world is different. And knowing this, you can accommodate the differences between yourself and others to cooperate and live together in great harmony, in great peace, filled with happiness and joy. And so I hope you understand what I have spoken in this evening on how you create your own world. And you use your power to create a wonderful world for yourself, one in which you are happy, one in which you are enjoying your life. And when you do that, well, what more would you like? Your life is the one that you have created. And I hope you create a great world for yourself. Now, are there any questions on what I have spoken about, or any questions you would like to ask about anything about anything at all?
I have a question.
Yes.